is the Cardinals outfielder, Matt Holliday, joining us. You look like Brian Urlacher. I mean, you look like you could play football.
I played some football in high school, but that was many moons ago.
But, like, were you a linebacker?
No, I played quarterback, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I was all right.
You any good?
Yeah.
Recruited?
Yeah.
Really?
I had some.
Where were you going?
Some options. I signed at Oklahoma State. My dad was the baseball coach at the time, and I signed a football scholarship. But, yeah, I was recruited by some pretty good schools.
Why baseball?
I grew up in a baseball family. Like I said, my dad was a coach at Oklahoma State for 25 years. My brother played. He's a coach now. My uncle's a scout. And so I just had a passion for baseball and football. You know, I like to play games, and football was mostly practices.
Well, you don't last very long in football.
Yeah,
Baseball, you can have a long career.
Yeah, I think I made the wise choice.
Were you a boxer?
I wasn't, no.
Yeah, you look like you could box too.
No.
Who's the guy that you look at and you go, no, that dude is big?
Mike Stanton's a big guy. He's tall. He's a big, strong guy. He's one of the guys that I'm. You get up next to him, you're like, dang, that guy's big.
Okay, the pitcher on the mound, that when you look out, it just looks different.
Jonathan Broxton.
Yeah,
that's a big guy. Have you guys seen the picture of the little guy in his pants, one of his leg of his pants?
Have you ever? But there's intimidation factor.
I don't know. It's more what comes out. You know, I mean, you could have a big guy that's throwing 88, 90. You're not intimidated, but even you have a little guy throwing 97, 98, and you're like, I better get ready.
Okay, but that difference, though, explain it. If I said I throw 99 with no movement, or I throw 92 with a ton of movement, what do you want to face?
Still probably the 92. I mean, 99, you start getting up. That starts getting where it doesn't matter if there's movement. I mean, you've got to be so precise with the timing that you see a lot of guys that pitch in the upper 90s. They get away with a lot of mistakes, a lot of foul balls that they throw the ball in the middle of the plate and it foul off. 92 guy, if he makes a mistake, guys square it up. So I think I'd take the 92 with movement over the 99.
Hardest you ever? Who's the pitcher though?
I think Chapman last year threw me several pitches in the 103, 104 range that I thought, and he's tall and he for a right-hand hitter, he kind of reaches like crossfire. We call it crossfire. So he kind of closes and then he throws it inside to righties a lot. And
do you see the pitches?
I mean, for him, like him, it's like it's almost like Lance Berkman. We had a hitters meeting a couple years ago. And
how great is Berkman?
Oh man, and I'm not sure Mike Matheny was thrilled about this philosophy, but he's like, literally, guys, when Chapman releases the ball, just swing. He's like, that's the only chance you have of making contact. Don't look for the ball, just swing as soon as he releases it. And
yeah, but this is a left-hander. I mean, he's talking about lefty on lefty.
No, he was a switch hitter. So,
okay, so he's not talking about
he's just talking about it in general.
Oh, okay.
And Matheny, I look over and, he's doing this. Not really endorsing the approach, but he's clearly the
But you
hardest
don't
thrower.
see it. I mean, it's just sort of faint blur coming in?
I mean, you see it, but it's different. Like, 103 is different than even 98, 99. I mean,
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Have you ever just swung and closed your eyes and just like
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what I'm doing right now, but
as soon as Matt walks in and goes, "You're on my fantasy team," and you immediately said, I'm gonna start to pick it up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a couple bad games.
239 with a homer and 10 RBIs.
Yeah, that's not that great.
Yeah.
But, hey, I'm 4 for 4 away from, like, this early in the season, you'd be hitting 300 tomorrow if I go 4 for 4 tonight.
Okay, but the reaction you get on the streets, is it, and especially St. Louis, those fans are unbelievable. Like, they're too nice in St. Louis. Do you get different reaction when you're on the road with just fans who may be Cardinal fans, but like people come up to you and say, dude, you're killing my fantasy team?
Occasionally you hear that.
Yeah.
But,
Doesn't that drive you crazy?
I think it's funny because we play fantasy football in the locker room, and I think the same thing about some of the guys that I had on my fantasy team. So I don't take it personal. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. But I get you.
Like they think you're sucking on purpose or something.
Yeah. The hitting in baseball, I think, is probably, I mean, it's like a Rubik's Cube. It's hard. I mean, it really is. You think you've got it, and you think you've got your timing, and everything feels great, and the next day you wake up and it feels like you've never hit before.
Well, it's kind of like golf too.
Yeah.
Like you can go out there and go, man, I'm playing great. And then you wake up the next day and you go, what is this sport?
Yeah. I could never done it before.
Tougher to be a quarterback or hit a baseball?
Well, I mean, I never want to, like, playing high school football is obviously not compared to what these other guys do at college or pro level. But I think hitting a baseball, as far as a skill in a sport, it's got to be the hardest thing to do as far as all the movement now. And even since when I started playing, the velocity and the pitchers and the pitch types, I mean, it's now, we were talking about the other day, when you have a lead and you get to the sixth inning and usually you get the other side of the bullpen.
Yeah.
It used to be like, a guy 34, 35 that throws 89 to 91, has a decent little sinker and a cutter. Now it's a 22-year-old that throws 98-mile-an-hour sinkers and has no idea where it's going. So there's just, we call them bunnies, guys that, used to easy at bats, and all the bunnies are gone. So
the bunnies are dead.
Bunny season's over.
Yeah,
so
Easter's over.
I think right now, as far as when I played, the pitching is as good as, or better than I've ever seen it.
But, would you rather face that young guy who doesn't know what he's doing or that crafty guy who doesn't have as good as stuff?
The crafty guy. All
the
time. Yeah. I mean, when you're talking about 96, 98, and the guy doesn't know, you're not comfortable. Like, if a guy doesn't know where it's going, you're not comfortable. You got the guy out there that knows what he's doing, and you can look certain pitches, you can look areas. With the young guys that throw like that, if they don't know where it's going, I can't know where it's going. So it makes it a little bit harder.
The Clayton Kershaw impact at the plate. What do you see and what do you not see that makes him so good?
I think his slider has sort of changed his. For me, against like facing him, his slider has changed. It's just hard to see, and he throws. He's got the pause, and then he throws so many good fastballs, and he can pitch into righties so well at a high velocity, and then he throws the slider off, and so it looks like the fastball, and then it dies. You see, he has a big curveball, but you would see it pop up out of his hand, and you would know that it was an off-speed pitch. Now he's got the slider. It's hard to see the spin. It's so tight, and it goes down and into a righty and away from a lefty. I think it's taken him from a really, really good pitcher to, the multi-Cy Youngs.
Is he the best in the game?
I think, Adam Wainwright's one of my best friends. So he and Adam Wainwright, I think, are the two best right now.
The guy that you got with your home runs, like the one home run you have that you tell your grandkids about.
I hit one off Matt Cain. We had kind of had a little back, and he had hit me in the back my first at bat, and it probably wasn't on purpose. And we've since, I realized
it probably wasn't.
Well, it sure felt like it at the time. I mean, he'd probably have to answer that, but it sure felt like it was on purpose.
Wait, what did it feel like?
It stung, and it was right up there by the neck, and it was the first thing, and he had located real well to the first couple batters. Didn't seem like it slipped.
Oh no!
But anyway, and then my next at bat, my goal was to hit a homer, and I actually did it, and it was a breaking ball, and I hit it about as far as I could in Colorado up on the concourse, and of course I admired it probably too much. And he began to yell at me to run, and I began to yell back, and all the way around the bases, and so it's not necessarily typically who I am, but at the moment I was trying to hit a home run, did it, and so that's probably the one that stands out.
Were you ready to fight?
Oh, I mean, at that point, the testosterone going. I mean, baseball fights are never really. I mean, that one the other day, somebody got a black eye is probably the first time I've seen a player with.
But how soft are baseball fights?
They're pretty soft. I mean,
do you go out there and say to somebody, "Hey, I'm not gonna hit you. Don't hit me. Let's just hold on to each other"?
Most of the time, you've got friends. I mean, if you've played long enough, and if you've played on a couple different teams, you've got guys that you've become friends with, and unless you're involved, with the getting hit, or you're with the pitcher, the jawing back and forth, it's really hard to get mad enough to go out there and want to just really fight, And I admire the hockey guys. I mean, those guys seem to want to fight at just about anything. So our fights are not. I mean, they're not fights.
It's kind of like pillow fights.
Yeah, it's not much.
Can you stay around another segment? Sure. All right. Matt Holliday, the Cardinals outfielder. Yes, he's killing your fantasy team, but he said he's going to pick it up.
It's early. Relax.
We're in April.
Yeah.
We're in April. We'll come back. I want to ask you about pine tar. I want to ask you about home plate collisions, all kinds of good stuff. 35 after the hour. We'll continue with the Cardinals outfielder. This is the Dan Patrick Show. You must start with Fritzy's batting stand. Okay, you play the role of pitcher, or you can be hitting coach. Fritzy, we'll start with you since you're... Now, if you see this as an opposing pitcher...
All right. A little closed off. I'd pound you in. I'm going inside. Yeah.
And I go.
Going inside. Yeah. Jam.
All right.
All right.
All right, Paulie. See what you got.
I didn't play a lot of baseball.
Paulie didn't play baseball
Okay.
growing up. He was an archer.
Yeah, that looks like a little kid baseball card.
I'll take that. You use the word baseball player.
That's pretty good.
All right,
for you.
Johnny, get in your stance.
Yeah. Come on, Paulie.
Nice.
All right, Seton, let's see. Oh, okay.
right.
All right.
Yeah, that's better. His head's a little
He's
tilted.
dipping
Get your head
down a
up a
little
little
bit.
bit.
My problem was that I liked Ricky Henderson, so
yeah.
as a kid, I would try to get down, and that pretty much
good
killed
luck
my
with that. All right,
any baseball
McLovin.
career.
Oh, open stance.
You're going Brian Downey.
High elbow. That looks a little stiff, but
I'm a little stuck.
yeah. I was gonna say.
I'm gonna need an assistant, man.
That doesn't intimidate you?
I don't think so.
See, I'd get up there and I'd just be like this.
Uh-oh.
It's all about the presentation. Yeah.
I'm looking down third base. I don't care what he's sending
Yeah.
me, but I'm looking down there out of respect for him
Right.
because I want to send a message to the younger kids on the team.
Do we gotta look at the
down
coach
there.
first?
We got. I'm gonna sneak a little peek back here at the catcher too.
Yeah.
Just to get a little sneak, see if he's giving me something. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it.
Yeah. I was ready.
Didn't like it. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They always like, here, where's that helmet? Well, I would do a Cubs, but they don't hit any home runs. So I'd be like, I'd just flip it.
Yeah.
I Cadillac
Game
a little
winner.
bit.
Walk off.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. My teammate's getting popped. You can bet.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. That's the next guy.
Yeah. We'll get to your phone calls coming up. Matt Holliday, the Cardinals outfielder, joining us in studio. He's examining our batting stances. If you were a pitcher, like Wainwright is pitching to one of these guys, the Danettes. Paulie, Seton, Fritzy, and McLovin. Which one do you think Wainwright's going to have to step off the mound and go,
I think Fritzy was
Fritzy?
probably the
Yeah. Oh,
left-handedness.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to think about. Like,
Oh, he's good.
you know, the other guys, they're gonna get. Like, he's like, all right, cut her down and away.
Don't you think Fritzy looks like Nick Swisher?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but you also say I look like Paulie from Rocky, which
He does.
is not a compliment.
A Paulie Nick Swisher combination. I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Pine tar. Pitcher's got pine tar. You care?
They all do it. I mean,
You don't care.
I don't care. I mean, as long as it's not like a big glop where when they throw the pitch, I can, as the ball's rotating, I can see like a brown spot on
Yeah.
it. But most of the time, I mean, they're just, I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Do you care if they cut the ball?
Yes. Then the ball starts doing things that
You know
as a
right
hitter,
away?
I can't. You start seeing spin on a ball doing things that you don't typically see. You say, you want a new ball. Look, I'll tell the umpire, hey, something's not right. It doesn't happen very often, or probably really rare. I don't think many guys are cutting the ball.
See, Jeff Smartshoe was in, and he was saying, I said, how do guys cut the baseball? So he's telling me. He's giving me a tutorial.
Yeah,
on
I
how
think I remember a guy had a long thumbnail.
Yes, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
and they scrape it and they turn the ball.
Yes. So he had
Yeah.
his thumbnail was really long, and then he would dig in,
Yeah,
and it just takes a little cut.
yeah. I don't like that. I'm okay with a little bit of pine tar, but
You draw the line when it comes to
I remember I faced
longer-
a pitcher a long time ago. I won't name his name, but he'd do the cut, and I fouled off like 8 in a row, and he'd have to go to the back of the mound, and he'd have to, and and he's cutting it. And finally, he like looked at me and he's like, "Where do you want it?"
Yeah.
Like he got tired. I think
Cutting it?
I think his thumbnail was starting to break. He's like, "You're ruining this for the rest of my day." So
Who talks at first base? Like,
Sean Casey used to talk a lot.
guy, the mayor.
Yeah.
He's always talking.
Joey Votto and I talk a lot.
But can you have a legitimate
It's
conversation
tough.
there?
It's tough. It's just
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
yeah. If you get a pitching change,
Oh, then you do?
You can have a conversation.
Yeah. What about going into second base and breaking up a double play? Do whatever you want?
As long as you can touch the base and your spikes aren't up, I mean, I think it's part of the game.
Would you go after Jeter?
I would slide hard at Jeter.
You would?
I mean, you never want to hurt a guy, but I'm sliding hard into the base, and
You don't
and
care.
It's his job to get out of the way.
What about home plate collisions?
Uh,
What the catcher's allowed to do and what you're allowed to do as a runner.
I think the best way as a runner is to slide hard feet first. Really, for the most part, any situation. Obviously, if the catcher is up the line and blocking the plate and you have nowhere to go, there's going to be collision, and there probably should be. And but I think as long as as I have an opportunity to slide into the base feet first, that's what I've always tried to do, barring the 2007 game when I slid face first.
What were you thinking?
On that play?
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was going to be a collision. Like I was thinking it was going to be close.
You have to run him over?
I thought I was going to have to run him over. So I got with my big head started. I think I had gotten so much weight going forward that pulling back and sliding feet first. And when I went to, I was thinking collision. He wasn't in front of the plate, and then I decided to use my chin, and that's all I remember about it. But
were you out before you hit the ground?
I was dazed for sure. I ruined a good celebration for first time in the playoffs in a long time.
Let's take a guess. Over under 7 3/4 for Matt Holliday's head. Anybody going 8 head for Matt Holliday? Paulie?
8 for sure.
8. Seton?
Oh, man. Yeah, I got to go. I got to go 8.
Fritzy?
I'll take 8.
McLevin?
Yeah, 8.
I'm going to go 7 3/4.
5/8.
7 5/8.
Wow. How about
Smaller.
that?
Smaller than you think.
Okay, James Baldwin
But
could put a
Yeah.
6-pack with ice
Yeah.
in his hat.
I think Bruce Bochy's got a pretty good size.
Bochy's
Yeah.
he's got an 8 head. He's going to the great noggins of all time.
Mark Ellis and I go back and forth. I tell him he's got a huge nose, and he gets on me about my big head.
But
so,
you're bald, though. That's
yeah.
why it makes it a little
calls
bit
a lot
bigger.
Of attention to it, yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of a heavier Kevin Statham. Or Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'll buy that.
I mean, that's not bad.
No.
Instant replay, got any issues yet?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that they should change the rule about the catch thing, where the catcher.
The transition?
Yeah,
where-
I don't think that has instant
don't like
replay,
that.
but I don't like the rule.
So when you catch it and you're putting it in your hand,
Yeah.
so that transition
Yeah.
that you don't, it should just be, if
Once
you
you
catch it,
caught
it's
the
an out.
ball, it's an out.
Okay.
In my opinion. But I know that, I guess the rule book says that you have to have the transition, but I don't like that rule. But I like the replay.
You finished runner-up to MVP in 07?
Yeah.
Did you get robbed?
I mean, Jimmy had a great year. Jimmy Rollins won, but I mean, I look back on the stats. They were pretty.
They were pretty good.
Good stats.
Have you ever just looked at your baseball card and just said, wow, that's pretty good?
I'm pretty proud of it. If I'd have told me when I was a kid that I get a chance to play in the major leagues for my 11th year and be able to hit 250 major league homers, and I'd been pretty thrilled with that.
Hey, when's the first time or last time you went to the ATM and just looked at your bank account?
I don't think I ever have.
You've never
No,
done that,
I
even
don't-
when you first got
We have
paid?
meetings with our financial advisor, and they kind of give you the sheets on what your all the stuff you got.
Let's do career salary with Matt Holliday. Can we do that?
Oh, boy.
All right. 2 days. Give me the career salary game, Matt Holliday. How many years there? 11 years, Matt?
This is my 11th year. Yeah.
11th year. All right. Paulie?
In 2005, Matt Holliday made $366,000 first year.
And you felt pretty rich
That
back
was my
then,
second
didn't you?
year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
04 was my first year.
Yeah. Okay.
This current season, he's making 17 even.
No, I got you at 16,252.
Well, it's deferred money.
Oh, deferred money. Okay. So 11 years, 16.
It's 17, but the money's deferred. They keep
17.
paying me.
Okay. All right. See, that's beneficial. Yeah, Seton. What's your guess?
Matt, how uncomfortable is this right now?
It's fairly uncomfortable. Everyone likes to talk about how much money they've made. It's such a pleasant conversation.
All right, we won't do that.
Oh, you coming?
No, that's all right. I was just, if I made this amount of money, I'd love for people to talk about it.
I mean,
I
it's
think
on,
you're doing all right. This looks like a terrible job you guys got.
it's on the internet, so it's not like
Yeah,
you
I mean,
can't
it's
just
not-
find it in.
Okay.
You know.
Over, I'm going to go 162.5, Paulie.
You're way over.
Yeah.
Matt's not even close to that.
No.
You're underpaid.
I got $111, including next season.
Oh, including next season?
Yeah, I assume he's not
Oh,
retired.
okay.
Yeah, I got 2 more years.
2 more years? Still pretty good.
Yeah.
You bought anything? When's the last time you went out and just said, you know what, I'm buying that?
We bought a house in Florida just recently that is on the water that we spring training down there, and my
Yeah.
kids love to fish, and I was like, you know what? I want my own place to fish.
Good for you, man. Good for you. All right, well, help out fantasy owners, all right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I'm doing my best. I hate making outs. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I hate it worse than they do. How about
Hey,
that?
Come on, you're scuffling. I love that. Come on, man, you're killing
Yeah,
me.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to piss you off by making outs.
He's going 4 for 4 tonight.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Yeah. Who you facing, by the way?
Dylan G.
Yeah. And he doesn't scare you.
I mean,
No, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody to go ear hole
yeah,
with you.
seriously, he's gonna hit me in the face.
hit you in the back of the
Yeah,
neck.
yeah, but that might work. That might be a good wake-up call.
Yeah, if he goes Matt Cain on you,
Yeah.
ball game. Thanks for coming in, Matt.
My pleasure.
Good
Great
sport.
place.